Evening people, welcome back to the channel. Big one tonight, we've got the Mini Challenge UK. It's a brand new series for the next gen boys, so it's a little bit different tonight. We've got actually some of the real world drivers from the Mini Challenge UK, and they are fighting it out against some of the boys from the CHewitt Racing Mini Cooper Cup that you may well have seen one or two races of. So I think there's 10 real world drivers and 5 sim racers, so it's 2 against 1 tonight. Let's get ourselves to the track. Open this up. Evening everyone, I hope you're all right. Burnt Fry, how you doing? Rob, how you doing? CJ, how you doing? Thank you for all stopping in. Drop us a like, all that sort of stuff. You know what to do, people. So yeah, round 1 tonight. It's a very similar setup to the CHewitt Racing Mini Cooper Cup. So we're going to have 2 15-minute races after a qualifying session of 15 minutes as well. Reverse grid for race 2. Let's just have a flick through the order and see who we've got in here. So myself, Mr. Cutler, Conrad Racing's having a go. Moatman, he's one of the real world drivers, I'm assuming. A Reeve, real world driver. Rocket JP, real world. Sobio, real world. Bigsy Sim Racer. Apologies, Conrad and Cutler are also sim racers in this one as well. So Bigsy Sim Racer, Andy is a real world. Spooked again, real world. James Hillary, real world. Dank BL, real world. Potter McPot is sim. And does that say Shanel? Shanel Drew is real world. Alex Neville, real world. Scar Wars is sim racer. So what have we got? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so 5 sim racers, 10 real world drivers. Let's see how they get on against each other. Cutler's just parked in the pits. Let me turn the usual gubbins on for everybody. So a big shout out to all the new subscribers that have subscribed this week. Harvey Brown, how you doing? Big shout out for Mr. Hillary there from Mr. Harvey Brown. Chocolate Cozzy, let's go, go, go. Burnt Fry, like the stream for me, thank you very much. Catherine, is that Ek or Eek or Eki? Rooting for number 10, JH. Let's go and find some drivers. See who's out on track. Spooked again's out. Rooting for number 10, JH. Who is JH? Is it Rocket? No, is it? No, that's Rocket JP. I don't know who JH is. I haven't got evening, Adam. I haven't got all the real world drivers' names in front of me right now. Let me see if I can pull those up for you guys. So quali's not quite started yet. I think we are waiting for some of these guys just to find the link to the video and share it themselves on their own social media. Oh, chucking things on the floor. So we're looking at, let's have a quick flick through lap times then. Let's see what Spooked again. First man out on track, fastest man also 124.7. yeah, 124s, 125s around at Goodwood then. So the liveries, I've got to give a shout out to Bob Bristow. He has put the intro video together for me, and he's done a lot of these liveries that these guys are driving around in tonight as well. So big shout out to Bob. I know some of these liveries were done from last season in the CHewitt Racing Cooper Cup as well. So it looks like we're just about to start a qualifying session. That was just a few practice laps. Cool, blimey, the chat's gone mad. Conrod's getting shouts. We do, evening mate, how you doing? Alex Walton, JH is James Hillary. Of course he is. It was the number 10 that threw me out. We do, yes, Snips, how you doing, buddy? So you must have, if you flick through to the start, Snips, you'll see the intro videos and the kind of thing I'm looking for, the music-wise. Just have a quick look. Andy Ringland, yeah, you're correct. Who else we got in the house tonight? Yeah. You can keep whichever account you want, we do. Evening, Sean, how you doing? So, on to track, please, let's go. 15 minutes quali. While I'm at track, let's see where everyone else is. So, yeah, the infamous Goodwood tonight. What have I just done with that track map? No, that's not the one. Here it is. Okay, not quite into the quali yet then. So yeah, big shout out to all the new subscribers that have turned up this week. It's been quite mental. I think it's been 12 in the last day. It's been quite insane. Simon Hillary, I'm assuming that James is your son. That was blowing my ears up. Still blowing my ears up. Come on, find the right driver. There we go. So Rocket JP then, first man out on track. We are just starting this 15-minute quali. So only out laps at the minute. Rocket JP, one of the real world drivers tonight. Just being, looks like he's hanging back, warming those tyres up. Oh, catching somebody there. I think Conrad Racing was looking to go down the inside, or was that Scar Wars? Looking to go down the inside and just got clipped. Sent across the grass. Back on track though. So his qualifying lap not too badly damaged. It is now though, as he's gone sailing off onto the airport. He's gone to have a look at the big 747 that's parked in the middle of this track. So Cutler now being the first man out. Dank Blue just getting past Scar Wars. These guys do just need to remember this is only quali. It's all about getting those lap times in. So Dank BL, who's that that's just holding back there? Conrad Racing, just hanging back, finding himself a bit of space by the look of it. James getting all sorts of shouts going. That's a shame, Andy. Maybe if one of these guys can't make it, we can have you stepped in as a reserve driver. Right, so they are just coming across the line now to finish their out laps, so we will start to see some hot times coming in. NGR Cutler will be the first man out on track, well, the first man across the line. Being chased a little bit closely by Mole Man. Looking to gain a bit of a toe, possibly. See the sort of lines that the sim racers are taking versus the real world drivers. Helicopter getting us some good shots there. So coming around Laverne then. See what he's got across this timing line. 103. So we won't have a gauge as yet, just due to the fact that nobody else has been across the line. These two pretty tight now. Mole Man has actually closed in on Cutler. We'll see what the lap times are any second. So Cutler puts in a 125.5. Moleman's just pipped him over the 124.9. Dank sticks in a 125.8. Keeps himself in third. Potter McPot in fourth with a 126.0. Conrad 126.6 for Conrad currently. Fifth place on the grid, although positions are changing left, right and centre. All these guys do come across the line. I might just leave it a second, wait for everyone to get across before I reel through them again. So just one more driver left. Spooked again, now holding top spots, 124.8. Provisional pole position for him. Conrad getting some shouts as well. Moleman second place now, 124.9. Now Cutler getting the advantage of the toe. Will that benefit him on this lap? Dank into fourth, 125.8, being close, chased pretty closely by Potter McPot in fifth place currently on the grid. Just making a little move past Dank. So I don't know why it's done that. So Conrad in sixth, he's on a 126.6. James Hillary, the man getting all the shouts, 127.0 at the minute. I know some of these boys, we did have a test lobby last week. Some of these boys were driving on pad or racing on pad. It can be a little bit janky when you're looking at it. But I think one or two of them have picked up steering wheels this week. So we'll see how they get on with that. Rocket JP car, looks like he's been over to the Dakar Rally, how much sand he's got on his car. He's on a 127.1 at the minute. Big Z drifting the rear end of that Mini, just coming through the chicane then, 127.9. Just stick with Big Z, see what he's got as he comes across. And then we'll go for a quick run through the order again. Sticks in a 126.7 then for Big Z. So let's go and have a run through the order again. Spooked again, still holding P1 on the grid, 124.8 on lap 2. Moleman not that far behind, 124.9 for Moleman. Second place still being chased by NGR. Cutler on that 125.5. Third place on the grid. Dank BL, he's on a 125.8, sitting himself in fourth. Dave giving Alex shouts. Andy Racer, he didn't look too bad, you know, last week. Andy Racer, he was looking pretty good. So Potter McPot then still in fifth. Just stick with him as he comes across the line, 126.0. So not quicker on that one for Potter. Still holds fifth. Conrad on sixth, just gone quicker. 124.8, that sticks him on provisional pole. 6 minutes into quali. So let's go and have a look at Scar Wars, still in seventh, 126.3. Big Z on a 126.7. Alex Neville, 126.8. James Hillary, the man getting all the shouts, 126.9 for James. Yeah, some good liveries here today. You can see these all been put together by Bob Bristow, I think. So thank you to Bob for that. Rocket JP, the Dakar racer. He is in 11th place with a 127.1. So Sobio is on a 127.2. Shanel Drew, or Shanel Drew, someone will have to tell me how I pronounce that. He's currently sitting in 13th place on a 128.1, picking himself a little bit of a penalty for that off-track action. Just needs to lose that. Again, same for A. Reeve. He's picked himself up a little penalty for off-track action. Currently in 14th, 128.2 for A. Reeve at the minute. Andy Racer sitting himself at the back of the pack, 129.0. So not quite the dark horse that Adrian Norman seems to think at the minute, but we'll hang about and see what happens. There's a little bit of glitching from Andy Racer as well. That can't be helping his race, or anyone else's for that matter. So a full lobby tonight, it should be good. Conrad Racing still holding that P1 position. 124.8. So nobody actually moving positions at the minute. Potter McPot's, sorry, Potter McPot's gone quick. He's done a 125.5. That just pops him in front of Dank BL on his 125.8. James Hillary 125.9. Then he's gone quicker. Sticks himself into 7th position. Scarwall's 8th on that 126.3. So he had a good season last season in the Chewitt Racing Mini Cooper Cup, did Scarwalls. So I do believe, I think all these boys are the actual top 5 from the pro lobby that we were running. We did have pro and pro-ams. So Conrad, Scarwalls, as I say, pro driver, just getting himself back on track. Conrad, Scarwalls, Bigsy, Cutler and Potter, all the some of the pro drivers. No pro-ams in this one tonight, unfortunately. Conrad getting more shouts. Dan's getting some shouts. So more times coming in then. Let's just have another flick through. Conrad still holding P1. Spooked in P2. Moleman P3. Cutler P4. Not managing to better that 125.5 on lap 2 though. Potter McPot P5. Dank in P6. James Hillary P7. Bigsy P8. Scarwalls P9. Sobio in P10. Alex Neville P11. Rocket JP in P12. Andy Racer in P13. So he has gone a little bit quicker than Andy was at the back of the pack. 128.1 for Andy Racer now, but you can see that glitching. It's not good for people like Spooked Again, as he's sort of coming past him there. From Spooked Again's point of view, Andy Racer could actually be anywhere on track right about now. He just gets himself past. Whether that stays that way with Andy Racer glitching a little bit. It does. So even with that glitching, kept it clean. So Andy Racer in 14th now then. 128.1. Yeah, all sorts of glitching going on from Andy Racer. A Reed now at the back of the pack, 128.2. So 11 minutes into quali, 4 minutes remaining. Conrad still up the top there. So the car's set up at 150 brake, and they do weigh 1,050 kilos. So they are set up the same settings as the Pro-Am lobby from the Mini Cooper Chewitt Racing Cup. The Pro boys were running at 220 brake. We did have mixed lobbies as well. It made for some good fun after everyone had figured out what they were doing. So let me find a driver, and we'll go for a quick lap on board with this man, Potter McPot. So he's just been through the chicane, over the start-finish line then. He's heading down towards Madgwick. He'll throw himself out to the left, chucking it around this right-hander. Almost a double apex, nice wide entry for Potter McPot there. Big long corner is Madgwick. And hard on the power as much as you can up towards Ford Water. Through here again, nice open corner. To the second part, slightly tighter this one. Maybe a little lift from Potter, we'll see what he does. No, keeps the power in 6th gear, drops it down through St Mary's. Just runs it wide through there a little bit. That's going to slow his lap time down. Back on track though, only just. Through the fair. Again, nice tight one this. Potter McPot struggling just to keep that Mini on track at the minute. Not the cleanest lap from Potter. So down the Vaughn straight then. Looks like he's throwing this lap away as he heads down towards Woodcote. So again, just letting it roll through the first one, although not so clean from Potter. into this last chicane again onto the start-finish straight. Kept it clean through there. You may see one or two incidents of that chicane. I've seen cars get pinballed left, right and centre through there. So Potter sticks in a 1:28.0. Yeah, not the fastest lap from Potter, that one. I don't need to know about you, Space Herpes. So Conrad still holding on to that P1. We've got 1.5 minutes remaining of this qualifying session. Conrad in P1 then, Spooked again in P2, Moleman P3, Sobio's gone quicker, he's chucked in a 1:25.3, stuck himself in 4th position. Potter, but Pot's gone quicker as well, 1:25.3, so he's still in 5th. Cutler, unfortunately, still not managed to beat that lap 2, 1:25.5. No problem, Snip, see you later. Pav, evening mate, how you doing? Neb for the win. Norfolk Minis, put your foot down, Andy Racer. So Cutler doing a bit of off-road work himself in 6th place. Dank in 7th, 1:25.8. James Hillary 9th, 1:25.9. Shanel Drew on a 1:26.0, 9th position. 10th for NGR Bigsy, 1:26.0 as well. Scar Wars 11th, 1:26.3. Alex Neville on a, well, it looks like he's left and come back actually. His fastest lap on screen there is 1:27.8, but it is actually a quicker lap than that. He's in 12th on the grid. Rocket JP just in front of him. Again, looks like he's left and come back. He's on a 1:27.4. Andy Racer 1:28.1. 14th. A Reeves still at the back of the pack then, 1:28.2 for A Reeves. So we are over the 15-minute counter. Spooked again, just getting himself back on track. So we've got about a minute of run-off time while people try and get laps in. Spooked again, just getting in the way, causing all sorts of issues. See Andy Racer's car glitching. Spooked again, actually right at the end of that qualifying session, put in a blinder of a lap, 1:24.5, so takes that top spot off Conrad Racing by just over 1/4 of a second. I bet he thought he'd got this one in the bag, old Conrad. So Moleman's going to take 3rd then, Sobio 4th, Potter McPot 5th, James Hillary, he put in a flyer at the end as well, 1:25.3 for James. 6th place, that just pushes Cutler and everyone else down a spot. So Cutler in 7th, 1:25.0. Cutler just avoiding the chaos there with James Hillary catching the chicane. So unable to go quicker than Cutler. 7th position. Dank in 8th, 1:25.8. Shanel 9th, 1:26.0. Bigsy in 10th. Scar Wars sitting in the pits at the minute in 11th. Rocket JP 12th, Alex Neville 13th, Andy Racer 14th, and A Reeve Pervs at the back. So that's qualifying over. Now with grid order set, we're straight into a 15-minute sprint race. Cliche, evening mate, how you doing? Plenty of people in chat tonight, 82 viewers, the most ever. So appreciated people, I do appreciate it all. Make sure you give it a like and subscribe and all that sort of stuff. Tell your mates, tell your mum. So, we're into race 1 then. Can't see the lights. The revs are up. Spooked again, and they're away then. So Spooked again gets a good start. Conrad gets a good start. Just flick through to the back, make sure everyone gets away cleanly. Yep, no chaos off the line so far. So Spooked again leads us around turn 1, closely followed by Conrad Racing, looking to make a move around the outside, not quite able to do it. A little bit of a gap developed already between 2nd and 3rd with Moleman. Not enough to be concerned with at the minute. Potter McPot trying to close that gap as well, looking for a way past, up into 4th off the line then for Potter. Good drive. James Hillary up into 5th as well. Cutler now looking to get past him as well, just behind. So Nice close racing at the minute between the real-life drivers and the sim racers. Dankby L looking to try to get his way past Cutler now as well. So good bumper-to-bumper action going off. Bigsy in 8th place, stuck in the middle of this melee at the minute. Shaynor in 9th. Scarwall's then looking to make a move down the inside for that 9th position. Shaynor's just had to tuck back in behind him. So Alex Neville 12th. Oh, where's Sobios gone? Sobios in 11th. So he's now looking to put some pressure on Shaynor as well. So a bit of a gap developed back to Alex Neville, 2.8 second gap there, and another quite a big gap back to A. Reeve, it's 1.5. Rocket JP looks like he's had some off-track action or a bad start, which has given him, I don't know, everyone got away from the line cleanly enough. But the bottom 4 struggling at the minute, a little way back. So, through into lap 2 then. Spooked again, still leading the way. Conrad Racing still looking for a way past. Still only half a second between Moleman and Conrad as well. Nothing in it between them. Bit of a gap developed now back to Potter McPott as a second, back to 4th place Potter McPott. He's got a bit of a gap from James Hillary in 5th. See whether these guys can close the gaps back up. NGR Cutler still right there in 6th though, looking to make a move. Next available opportunity, closing in on James Hillary as well by the look of it through there. Dankby L then just being overtaken by Scar Wars almost. No, Dankby L keeping the inside line through that turn. Scar Wars going for a good run down the inside though, looking to get that position back as soon as possible. Closely chased by Sobio as well in 8th. Scar Wars unfortunately losing out through that one, so he didn't get past Dankby L, and Sobio managed to squeeze past as well. Shaynor Drew now looking to make a move past Scar Wars. Scar Wars just trying to go a little bit defensive. Got to be careful he doesn't clatter off Shaynor, but it looks like he might have gone a little bit wide there. No, he's kept it on track. Bigsy has gone off a little bit wide as well, kept it on track. Let's just go and see what's happening back at the front. So Spooked again leads. Potter McPott has got himself through into 2nd place. Moleman 3rd. James Hillary 4th. So what's happened to Conrad Racing? Let me just go and have a quick look for Conrad. Is he even still in the room? Yes, he is. He's down in 11th then, Conrad. So he's holding a little bit of front end damage. Must have had a bit of contact between himself and Spooked again maybe, or he's clipped the chicane on the start finish straight. Duco, evening mate, how you doing? Roman Reed, how you doing? So Spooked again, Potter McPott and Moleman, top 3, just starting to break away from the pack behind. James Hillary's got himself up into 4th position. NGR Cutler's having to fend off an attack from Dankby L. James Hillary's ghosting out, I'm not sure what's happening there. He's back on in the real world now. He's just been overtaken by Sobio though down the inside through that slowing down. He's coming under pressure from Shaynor Drew as well for that 7th position. So a little bit of a gap back to Bigsy, just half a second, and then 3/4 of a second back to Scar Wars. Poor old Conrad, his damage now repaired, but he's now got 3.6 second deficit to Scar Wars in front. He's got to start worrying about Alex Neville behind. He's only 1.5 seconds back. He's holding a little bit of a penalty, might give Conrad a little bit of breathing room. So Rocket JP 7.5 seconds back. A lot of work to do for Rocket JP. As I say, 15-minute races, it doesn't give you a lot of time to fight back through the pack. But put him in good place for race 2 with the reverse grid. So 2.8 back to A. Reeve. And Andy Racer 8.7 back. So yeah, I think Andy Reeve's glitching is just causing all sorts of issues for him. As you can see, he's covered in dents, which to me kind of means that his car is appearing in front of other drivers and he's getting clouted or nudged off track. So Spooked again still leading. He's managed to pull a bit of a lead from Potter McPott, 0.8 of a second. Potter McPott under some serious pressure from Moleman though. Let's see if we can go on board for a little bit of action with Potter McPott. He's got Moleman chasing him down then. So they're down this straight as they head towards Woodcote. Moleman unable to close the gap at the minute. Potter McPott almost running himself off track. Moleman had nowhere to go, ended up clattering the back end of Potter. Both drivers through the chicane cleanly though. A little bit of tail happiness from Moleman behind, but he's still there on Potter, not that far back. Potter now looking to close that gap on Spooked again. So 0.8 of a second, 0.9 of a second now. So you can see the gaps developing. Top three made a bit of a break, 2.3 seconds from fourth place. Dankbiel himself is actually under a bit of pressure from NGR Cutler. 0.3 of a second back from Dankbiel. Getting a bit of a toe down there, looking to make a move. Not quite close enough to get a nose down the inside there, but he's got a good run out of this turn. Slightly different lines through that turn. Cutler having to hold on to that fifth then. Sobio sixth, holding a bit of a penalty again, just losing it. James Hillary ghosting out behind as well. That's allowed Conrad Racing to come back through the pack. He again is holding a penalty. 0.2 seconds. That should be easy enough to clear. He's got to do it cleanly though, not in the turns. Cutler getting some shouts, James Hillary getting more shouts, Rocket getting some shouts. Let's go and have a look at all these drivers. So Spooked again, he's had that gap reduced. Potter McPot's right on him now. Just a quarter of a second between first and second. There is actually only less than half a second between the top three at the minute. Potter McPot has got Moleman literally bolted to his rear bumper as they head down into turn one. Still nothing in it then. Potter McPot and Moleman will be gaining a bit of a toe from Spooked again in front. Not too sure what they've got the Slipstream's lobby settings at. 1, 2, 3, still in the same order. Spooked, Potter and Moleman. Cutler then has managed to get himself past Dankbiel. Dankbiel's picked himself up for a penalty, so it looks like he's had a bit of off-track action. 0.4 seconds, now quite a way out of the fight from NGR Cutler. 1.7 seconds gap back to him. Sobio up into 6, also looking to close that gap on Dankbiel in front. He is doing as well. That's another 10th, that's 2 tenths he's taken off him. Sobio slowly closing up on Dank then. Dank losing his penalty is just going to allow Sobio to sneak through. Up into 5th then for Sobio, trying to look to close the gap on NGR Cutler in front. So James Hillary was in 5th, now in 7th, under pressure from 8th, 9th and 10th as well. We've got Conrad, Scarwalls and Bigsy, the 3 pro drivers from the sim racing world, looking to get past Conrad, running wide through there though. Gets himself back on track, just compromises Scarwalls a little bit, so all 3 of the sim drivers just compromise through there. And 2 of them actually going off track as well. So Shane Drew, 11th place, got Rocket JP pretty close to him. Just over half a second gap between these 2. There's a big gap back to Alex Neville now, 4.5 seconds. Andy Race is now 15.8 seconds back. Struggling all over the place then for Andy, as we can see. And A. Reeves is even further back, another 14 seconds back from Andy Racer. Oh, he's just got that corner as well. He might well pick up a penalty for that. He does do half a second. So A. Reeves just struggling a little bit tonight in the minis. If you're not used to playing this game, it can be a bit of an eye-opener for you. There is some good racing going on, mate. Sobio getting shouts from Sasha. James getting shouts from Ben. So Spooked still under pressure from Potter McPot. Moleman, what's happened to Moleman? He's now 2.4 seconds back. So a little way out of that fight. So Cutler still holding 4th position then. He runs himself wide through there. Sobio up into 5th, close that gap rapidly on Cutler, looking to make a move and take that 4th position off him as soon as possible. Dankbiel lost a lot of time through losing that penalty. A bit of off-track action for him as well. Scarwall's going off in the background again. So 6th place for Dank. James Hillary right on his bumper now as well. Half a second between these 2. So James Hillary starting to get the hang of this mini. Fighting his way back through the pack. Conrad Racing in 8th after his off-track action and damage. He was down in 11th. He's made up 3 places. He's looking to chase it down at James Hillary in front. NGR Bigsy 9th, then 2.3 seconds back from Conrad. And Scarwall's losing out big time through there, picking up a penalty. We saw the off-track action. He's now got a 3-second deficit to Bigsy in front. More off-track action again from Scarwall's. So Rocket JP then, he's managed to get past Shane Drew. Shane Drew's looking to make his way around the outside, not quite able to do it through there. I think that's not the way to do that, around the outside through that turn. Losing time to Rocket JP through that as well. Alex Neville 7.2 back, more penalties for Alex. Andy Racer now 12.6 back. Alex Reeves, or A Reeves, is 31 seconds down now, so not having the best of nights at all. So Spooked again has managed to make another break. Potter McPot now 1.4 seconds back. Moleman's back on his case, looking to get past as soon as possible. So literally bumper to bumper stuff down there. So we're on board with Moleman as he looks to make his way past Potter McPot. Possibly just trying to stick with him as closely as possible and use the long straights rather than trying to make a dive down the inside. Pot doing a decent job of fending him off. He's just gone wide though. That's going to allow Moleman through to take that second position. Potter McPot gets himself on track, right back in the fight with Moleman. He's right there, so that off-track action not costing him that much time. Able to keep up his speed, not losing. Lost a position, but only 0.3 of a second to Moleman. So top 3 still pretty close, although Spooked again has managed to pull away. He's now got a 2-second gap in front. So this is where one of the battles is then, second place between Potter and Moleman. Sobio broke away into 4th. He's now got 5.6 seconds gap from Potter McPot, a little bit far back to make anything happen from at this point in the race. We are 13 minutes in, 2 minutes remaining. James Hillary up into 5th, being chased closely by Conrad Racing, nearly making a mistake on the entrance into the chicane. Conrad Racing having to take a slightly defensive line, I think, defensive, avoiding action to not clip the back end of James Hillary. He just ran himself off track, but currently in 6th for Conrad. So he's made up 5 places after his off-track action. NGR Cutler 7th, he's now got 2.7 seconds to Conrad. There you go. Sobio's dad. Come on, Archie. There you go. So Sobio getting some shouts. Bigsy in 8th. He's now 5.4 seconds back. Gap's just starting to stretch out at the back of this pack now. Scarwall's again another 3.3 seconds back from Bigsy. Shane Drew, a 4-second gap, but he has got Dank BL giving him pressure. Dank BL was right at the front of this fight earlier on. Picked up penalties throughout the race, bit of off-track action. He's had to lose those penalties, and that's put him down in 11th. Shane holding a little bit of a penalty himself there. So, just while we're... Sorry, wrong way. We have got about 30 seconds left of this race. So, Spooked again comes across the line. He will start the final lap. 1.6 seconds, that gap's come down, then 0.4 of a second Moleman's taken out of him, dragging Potter McPot with him, only half a second back. It's all or nothing now between Moleman and Potter. 15 seconds remaining, so we will hit last lap. Whether everyone makes it, I don't know. Some of these drivers might cross the line after that time's ticked over. So Sobio's rolling around in 4th, he's unable to close the gap on Potter. I thought that was Potter, then it's not, it's A Reeves. They've got almost identical liveries. So losing a bit of time actually. Sobio is now 5.7 back. So let's just stick with these top drivers as they come across the line. So I think we have got 3 of the drivers that have finished the race already. So Spooked a bit, he's had a comfortable race. He took the lead pretty much from the start. He's managed to fend off Moleman, Potter McPot, 1 or 2 other drivers as well to keep that first place. So through the chicane then for the last time, we are into the final lap, it says on screen. Spook's going to take a nice comfortable win. Moleman, second place. Potomac Pot throwing it across the line sideways. Thank you, sir. We like a bit of handbrake action. Sobio comes home in 4th. James Hillary, he's going to come home 5th. Conrad unable to get past him then before the end of that race. Cutler's going to come home 7th. Conrad in 6th. Bigsy in 8th. Dank BL managed to get past Shane then, up into 9th. Shane 10th. Just waiting for Scar Wars to come across the line. So 11th for Scar Wars. Rocket JP's already finished. Alex Neville's already finished. Andy Racer has already finished. I think there's one more driver on that list that I couldn't see. That's right, Archie. Don't overtake your team boss. It's not a good idea. Well, to prove that you're a good enough racer to drive for him, I assume that's the thing to do. You don't want to be slow in front of the boss, do you? So let me just quickly throw those race results up then. So Spooked again taking the win. Moleman 2nd. Potomac Pot 3rd. Sobio in 4th. James Hillary 5th. Conrad in 6th. Cutler in 7th. Bigsy 8th. Dank in 9th. Shanel in 10th, Scar Wars 11th, Rocket JP in 12th, Alex Neville 13th, Andy Racer 14th, and A Reeves in 15th. So we'll have a few minutes break, maybe 5. I wouldn't have thought it's a 10-minute break, a 5-minute break. Let the drivers de-sweat, have a drink. Post up in the chat, have a chat with each other, who knows. It was great racing. It was great racing, Samantha. Yeah, not a bad recovery at all from Conrad. As I say, a bit of damage, put him down in 11th, got himself back up to 6th. Hillary didn't do bad either, didn't have the greatest of starts, but yeah, managed to fight his way back up to 5th as well. Yeah, James getting a few shouts. Sobio getting some shouts. Nev getting some shouts. Potomac Pot, that is, Nev. So, as I say, we've just got Cutler chatting away in the PlayStation chat. Probably going to give me a... Oh, he's giving us a 10-minute break. All right. That's 10 minutes of waffling to you lot. Callum, a lot of shouts for James. He's very popular on this race tonight. Is he like that in real life? Is he popular in real life? So, 10-minute break into race 2 then. Cutler just saying 21:25 is race 2. For you guys, that will be about 30 seconds, 45 seconds later due to the delay time from the streaming. So yeah, I hope you like what you're watching. This is a 7-week league. Let me just try and pull up some more details for you lot about this one. 2 races every week, 2 15-minute little punch-ups, as you've just seen. Right, let's pull that up. That's what I want. No, wrong page. Come on. Come on. Here it is. So, race 2 next week. Where have they gone? Oh my god. Oh, they're right at the bottom. Of course they are. So we're at Goodwood tonight. We got the same setup next week, but coming live from Laguna Seca. Week 3, we've got Monza. Week 4 is Brands Hatch Indy. Week 5 is Red Bull Ring. Week 6 is the Nürburgring GP. And week 7, the finals will be Interlagos. So I hope you all stick around and watch the whole season. Should be good. We've got the actual CHewitt Racing Mini Cooper Cup as well starting, next gen boys. They've got that starting on the 27th, I believe that is. That's a 8:30 start as well. Very similar setup to this. First race 15 minutes. Second race is a half an hour feature race. And then also on the 29th of March, we've got Next Gen Racing's Team versus Team GR3 event starting again. We've got 2 lobbies of that one, Pro and Pro-Ams. Really good season, that is. Everything's turned on in that. Damage, tyre wear, fuel, penalties. Yeah, only for the serious race of that one. Some really good battles. Strategy plays a big part in it. So make sure you come and check that out. That's, as I say, the Mini starts on the 27th. And the GR3 starts on the 29th. I've actually got other racing coming up myself. I've got the GTTCC starting Friday. I've had absolutely no practice. I've not even chosen a car or done a livery yet. So there you go. Chris Cutler giving big shouts out to Alex Neville for helping set all this up and getting the drivers involved. Yeah, he is a nice guy. Is that because he's your son? Let's see what his mates say about that. So some of the boys out on track having a sneaky little practice. Nothing wrong with that. So the points for this league: first place takes 21 points for the race, second 18, third 15, fourth is 13, fifth 12, 8th is 11 points, 7th is 10 points, 8th is 9 points, 9th is 8 points, 10th is 7, 11th is 6 points, 12th is 5, 13th is 4 points, 14th is 3 points, 15th is 2 points, and last place 16th, which is usually me because I'm the 16th entrant. I get a point every race just for being here. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate that, mate. I'm glad the feedback's coming back all right. If you lot want to let me know how it's coming, if you think it's all right, if I could do anything different, let me know. So still a few minutes before this race starts. Oh, okay, so we missed Dank BL going for a spin. That's where he picked up that big penalty and lost all that time. Again, Goodwood's a little bit awkward. The runoffs are pretty massive, especially on the inner edge of the track. On the outside edge, there's a fence reasonably close, but on the inside edge, you can just drive on for ages. Bob, evening, mate. Been giving you some shouts out tonight, mate. For your turn my mic up a bit. All right, okay, all right, damn it. All right, don't have to tell me twice. Let me know if that's better. If not, then pow, that should be better. Yeah, been giving you some shouts, Bob. Shouts for your liveries and shouts for your videos, mate. Appreciated. Thank you very much. What I might ask you to do, Bob, is get this week's videos and do another one for next week. So maybe, you know, just incorporating all this week's action. No problem, CJ. Thanks for stopping in, buddy. Cheers, CJ. Appreciate it, mate. Go give CJ some love. Go to see CJW's channel, give him some love. Make sure you give, where's he gone as well? Pav46, Can't Shake the Cliche. They both have channels as well. Bob Bristow's got a channel. So go like and subscribe to all them, mostly GT Sport related. A bit of Need for Speed Heat from Cliche. We'll let him off of that though. So yes, race 2 is going to be reverse grid order from race 1. So it's up to the faster boys to try and make their way round. The guys at the front, if they are about to be overtaken, they've not got to move out of the way. It's all about the pro drivers, not the pro drivers, I'm saying it already. It's all about the quicker drivers making their way past. A few more minutes remaining before race 2. I'm not sure what that means, Harvey Brown. Lick that stamp, James. I wouldn't have thought that's a safe thing to do right now with Corona. I think you can buy pretty sticky ones. Mark Wright giving good luck, NGR guys from Liverpool. Well, thank you very much, my friend. I'm sure they'll see it in the chat. So, NGR Mad Marshall, did you get back to me on whether my mic was good enough level now? It does always seem to throw itself out. If I take it out the PC to use it anywhere else and plug it back in, it just sends my settings mental. Thank you, Terry. Appreciated, mate. I hope you've all liked and subscribed and things like that. And if you wait right till the end, you'll hear my outro, which kind of tells you what you've got to go and do. Right, that's not cricket, people. I've got 70 people watching. Come on now. And 14 likes. Come on now. Chuck a like on there. It doesn't cost you anything. It all helps promote my channel, but on the back of that, it all helps promote the racing, the Mini Challenge racing, the next gen stuff. Alex N is racing Studio GB photography. Yes, he is. Let's see, have I missed anything on the Simon Hillary, more shouts for James. Can hear me loud and clear, that's good to see. Terry Hillary, did you check your tyre pressure, Harvey? Is he renowned for running on flats or something? Come on, Daddy Hillary. All sorts of Hillarys. We've got Son Hillary, we've got Daddy Hillary. Toby Goodman's getting shouts. Yeah, you'll like mine. You'll like mine, Cliche. We've only got about 20 minutes to wait, mate. It's the same every week. Archie getting shouts, don't break an engine mount. Ooh. So the chat's exposing all you real life drivers' faults. We've got people with no tyre pressures, we've got people with broken engine mounts. Who's going to leave their keys in their other trousers? That's the one. Ooh. Mole Man having to take avoiding action. Did well to keep that car in a straight line, even though he was backwards for half of that crash. So a lot of drivers looking like they're picking a spot for a picnic. Dank BL's off, spooked again. Back on track now. I thought he was looking for a campsite actually. Bigsy in the sand, yeah. Any second, race 2 should start. There's our friend Alex Neville. Already holding a big dent on the front of that Mini from practice. Oh, that was clever, Bob. I like the way you've done that. You've got the old Next Gen logo on the number plate of the Mini there. Oh, you can't see it. There you go. Very clever. So, race 2 about to start. Stick around, 15 minutes. Reverse grid from race 1. Engine mounts fixed, okay. Who's that in the background, just turning up at the grid late? Driving through the grid and now appearing on track. Wow. So, no, not sure what's happening with Rocket JP. We've got some glitching going on. I don't even know whether Rocket JP is still in the room. We'll wait and find out. So the revs are up, wait for these lights to drop. Oh, interesting. Looks like NGR Cutler might have just lost connection there. Oh dear. Hang about, people. I'm sure it will be back online in a few seconds. Cutler's now frantically running around like a maniac trying to find and reset this lobby. It does happen. Apologies. There's absolutely nothing we can do about it. PlayStation servers are quite temperamental. So, nothing yet. Apologies for this, people. Just getting into race 2 and it all goes dead. So I'm just flicking in and out of this lobbies to try and find the room. Many thanks to Ben Weaver and our sponsors, Outlook Publishing and Car Dealer. There you go. Quick shout out for them. Dan, it's not rallying. Yeah, I've seen 1 or 2 off-track moments. Okay. The lobby's back. We've just got to now wait for 16 other drivers to turn up. This is the car. There you go, cliche. You can see that on the bonnet. Tell your mates, tell your mum. That's what I say at the end of my streams. There's your livery on the back, look. Getting urinated on. I don't know whether you saw that close up on Friday night. So let's have a look. We've got 11 out of the 16. Just waiting for these last few drivers to turn up. I can imagine Cutler's also frantically texting a million people. Rocket JP's back. So unfortunately, Cliche, you're going to have to wait a little bit longer. Yeah, I thought you might have noticed that one, Cliche. Who's that? James Hillary back. Scar Wars is back. Right, okay. 1 or 2 left. I think that should take us up to 14. Yeah, there we go. So 2 left to get back in. Potter McPot's in. Scar Wars in. Conrod's in. Sobio's in. Big Z, Andy Racer. James Hillary, yeah, he's in. Bobby, what are you doing in here? I don't know whether you're allowed in here, Bob. Toby Goodman's game tag. There's an interesting question. I've got that somewhere. Hey, Reeves is in the room, so that's a full room, but I don't know, like I say, I think you should be out of here really, Bob. There you go. He was listening. So, let's find... Whose gamer tag did you want? Toby Goodman's. His is spooked again. That's Toby Goodman, winner of race 1. So still waiting on one driver. There's not a whole full lobby at the minute. We are missing one. But it's not my lobby. It's not my decision to start or not. So yeah, big shout out to Bobby, who I've just entered and then left the room. He's done a lot of these liveries for tonight's race. These are all genuine liveries from the Mini Challenge. Andy Racer in the Union Jack. Someone giving that props in the chat a minute ago, saying it was a proper car. James getting kisses from Lauren. Spooked again, old Toby Goodman we've just been chatting about. Struggling to get that Mini in a straight line and back on track. So we are still missing one driver. That's a shame. So it looks like Alex Neville might still be on pad, looking at how jinky his steering inputs are. He's holding all sorts of damage as well. Looks like he's got it wrong into the chicane. That damage does repair itself in this setup. They've got the damage set at light. Which means that as they travel around the track, it takes about a quarter of a lap, something like that. A few seconds at least to repair that damage, and then he can get back up to race pace. If the lobby has got it set up at heavy, it does mean a trip to the pits. Get that damage repaired. It does cost you a lot of time as well. Here we go. So Shane Drew's joined the room. That was the driver we were missing. So a couple more seconds just while we wait for Shane to get back on the racetrack itself, and we'll kick race 2 off. Nice little handbrake from James Hillary there, not quite making it across the line with that one though. I expect to see handbrakes across the line at the end of a race, unless you're literally side by side with someone battling out for position. I expect to see a great big handbrake across the line. A celebration of finishing. Let's just have a quick chat through the... Don't worry about lobby crashing. These drivers have red flags to contend with usually. Yeah, that's a good point. Amanda Hillary, shout out to my boys, James and Dan. Love Mummy Hillary. Aw, isn't that cute? Sounded like a Saturday morning radio phone-in, that did. Moleman's already out. He's also in a Union Jack livery. Is he the only one? I thought there was 2 of those. Maybe not. Oh yeah, Andy Racer. Andy Racer and Moleman rocking the Union Jack. Callum giving James Hillary a ribbon there. So still waiting for A. Reeves to actually get on track. So good racing in race 1. I hope to see some more of the same in race 2. It might be a little bit more fighty due to the faster guys having to fight their way through, but we'll see how they get on. Yeah, Alex Neville, like I say, I'm sure he's still using a pad looking at those steering inputs. Right. Yeah, very difficult on a pad to keep a consistent steer angle compared to a steering wheel. Very little movement in the D-pads on these PlayStation pads. Yeah, Conrad had a good race. Didn't have the best mid part of the race. He got some damage, ended up in 11th. Fought his way back up to 6th though. Hey, Reeves not having the best first race. He's back on track now though, so Cutler just about to start race 2. Let's hope we can get a clean getaway this time. So here we go, a few seconds remaining. Potomac Pot now looking for his picnic spot. So race 2, reverse grid from race 1. No tyre wear, no fuel depletion. Let's see how they get on. 15 minutes round at Goodwood. So Reeves is going to lead us round. Andy Racer in P2, Alex Neville in P3. So revs are up. Just waiting for the lights to drop. And they're away. Bit of wheel spin from A. Reeves. That's going to slow him down a little bit. Looks like everyone's got away pretty cleanly though. So no false starts. That's good to see. It usually causes a little bit of trauma on the line. So Andy, oh, a bit of chaos. A. Reeves and who's that just spinning off track? Where have they gone? Oh, it's Alex Neville getting clattered there, sent off track into the wall. Lucky not to pick up any damage, but now sitting at the back of the pack, 2.1 seconds back, 2.4 seconds back, so just losing more time on this fast section of the track at the minute. So Andy Racer in P1. Oh, Rocket JP torpedoing across the track. Not sure what happened there, getting all sorts of corners wrong. I can't even keep up with who's where now through that chaos. So Cutler leading, being pressured by Bigsy for that first place though. Bigsy's got the inside line through here. He takes that P1, still side by side with Cutler though. They are swapping that P1 position as they head down here. Cutler's got the inside line into this turn, holds on to that P1 for now. If Bigsy can keep here though, he might get the inside line into the last turn. He is side by side with Cutler almost. He's had to back out though. So Cutler keeps that P1, Bigsy P2, Conrad into 3. Cutler's run himself wide, he's kept it into P1 though. Bigsy got it wrong, and that's allowed Conrad racing through into 2nd. Bigsy in 3rd, being hounded by Moleman now for that 4th position. Potomac Pot up into 5th, top 5 starting to make a little bit of a break. Dank in 6th, now he's 1.3 seconds back from 5th. He's got Spooked again, closing down, 7.7 of a second back. Alex Neville in 8th then, half a second back from Spooked again. So after that poor start, he's up into 8th through the chaos on turn 1, on lap 1, apologies. Sobio 9th, Andy Racer in 10th. Rocket JP we saw literally being a rocket. He came flying across the track and took out half the field. So 11th for Rocket at the minute, under pressure from Shaynell Drew. Shaynell Drew looking to take a different line for a cutback round through there, unable to get it done. So A. Reeves 13th, a little bit of off-track action for him there. Oh, he's miles off now. That's him gone for Burton. 15th, he's Little Mini's taking off through there as well, so he's picking up penalties and off-track action. 14th place. Scar Wars now at 15th. So he got taken out worst of all through that chaos. So now 12.5 seconds back from anybody at the minute for Scar Wars. A lot of work to do for Scar Wars. 12 minutes left on the clock. So Conrad's got himself up into P1. Potomac Pot P2. Moleman P3. Bigsy off track in P4. Just getting himself back on track. Spooked again, then takes that 4th place off him. Bigsy holds 5th. But for how long? Alex Neville looking to make a move around the outside through there. He does, gets past Bigsy. Bigsy sticking to that inside line, trying to fend off Dank. Dank's got it himself too wide through that turn and off track. Gets himself back on, but loses positions. He's now down in 9th. Shane Drew's left the room, that's a shame. So Andy Racer in 10th, half a second back from Dank BL. Now past Dank BL after Dank's just lost his penalty. So Andy Racer up into 9th, then Dank BL 10th. Rocket JP closing in on Dank. Coming at full race pace, Rocket JP, and Dank BL only just getting up to race pace now. Side by side, a little bit of contact between those two. Rocket JP then being fired off track. So down in 11th, James Hillary getting past him. Andy Racer and Sobio as well. So back up to the front, Conrad Racing still leading this. It's got 0.7 of a second over Potter McPott in second. Moleman third, hounding Potter, just like in race 1. Potter McPott almost losing the back end of that Mini. Moleman literally pushing Potter through that chicane there, holding on to third at the minute. Will Moleman try and make a move into turn 1? He doesn't. So Spooked again still holds 4th. Alex Neville up into 5th, then Bigsy 6th. Nothing in it between these two drivers. Mid-pack, Cutler, after his off-track action, currently sitting in 7th place, 2.4 seconds back from Bigsy in front. He's got 2-second gap back to Sobio in 8th as well. And then the big gaps start appearing, 5.5 back to Andy Racer. He's got 1.2 over James Hillary. 2.93 seconds now back to Rocket JP. Alex Reeves, or A Reeves, got past Dank BL now as well. He's got 5 seconds to try and make up on Rocket JP in front. Dank BL's less than a second back though. So he's in a good position to take that P12 back off A Reeves. And then Scar Wars, he's closed a bit of time back. That was about 12.5, so he's taken about a second. Oh, he's just lost a bit through there. So he's made up about half a second at the minute, just trying to lose that penalty. So Conrad, Potter and Moleman still at it, top 3 battling it out. Has Conrad just run himself wide through there? No, he doesn't, but Potter McPott's trying to get side by side with him through the chicane. Conrad's just gone off track a little bit, he's back on now though. Kept that P1 position. Moleman's looking to make a move down the side of Potter. Not quite close enough, I don't think. Unfortunately, wasn't able to get his nose just in front of Potter McPott, but Potter now going for a move down the inside of Conrad. Side by side on the exit. Moleman's trying to follow Conrad through. He's got a good toe off him as well. Potter McPott now has been dropped into the slipstream of Conrad Racing. So who's going to win out through here? A little bit of door banging between Potter and Moleman. Moleman looking to run around the outside through there, get the switch back and the inside line for the next turn. Unfortunately unable to do it. Conrad holding on to P1 then. Moleman P2, Potter McPott P3. Spooked again P4, close that gap, less than a second to Potter McPott in 3rd place now. So Bigsy up into 5th, 2.5 seconds back. Cutler's closed in on him to less than 2 seconds now. But now got Alex Neville pressuring him from behind. Alex has actually got a bit of a penalty he's got to drop. Sobio in 8th and closing in on Alex. Possibly be able to take that place while Alex is losing his penalty. James being told to push the handbrake down, take it out of 4th gear, put it in 5th or 6th or whatever it is. No sandwiches required apparently. So James Hillary 9th then, just having a little bit of a race on his own, 12.2 seconds in front to Bigsy and 2.7 seconds back to Rocket JP. What's happened to Bigsy? Bigsy's in 8th, so he was in front of Cutler. So I think Bigsy's had some off-track action. He's not got any damage, but he's had some off-track action, possibly had to lose a penalty as well, so that's put him out of the fight near the front of the pack. So James Hillary in 9th, Rocket JP then, still 3-second gap back to James in front. He's got Andy Racer not that far back, 1.4 seconds. Dank BL now 3.5 seconds back. Big gap back to A Reeves now, 9.8. Scar Wars has closed that gap right in now then. 2 seconds he's got to A Reeves in front. Needs to keep those tyres off the grass though, Scar Wars. So we've lost Graham, we've lost, oh yeah, it was Graham Reeds that had joined. Graham Reeds joined and then left. So Bowman up into P1, Potomac Pot P2, Spooked again P3, and Conrad Racing now P4. It was leading this fight. Just got it wrong through the chicane. He's just done it again, so he's off track again. Is Conrad? A little bit of collision with the exit of that chicane there. Fired him off onto the grass. That's lost him an awful lot of time now to third place Moleman. Potomac Pot takes the lead though. So Potomac Pot holding P1 at the minute. Spooked again P2. Less than half a second back. Moleman now almost 1.5 seconds back in P3. Conrad Racing 2 seconds back after that mistake. So Cutler up into 5th, 1.7 seconds back. He'll be able to sniff the exhaust fumes of Conrad Racing in front. I'll give him something to aim for. Bigsy 5th. Quite a way out of the fight now. 5 seconds back from Cutler in front. He's got a 3-second gap to Sobio, so a little bit of breathing room for himself. We'll see whether Sobio can close that gap up though, drifting that Mini through those turns there. And then behind, we've got James Hillary and Alex Neville battling it out side by side. Maybe a little bit of contact between those drivers. But bumper to bumper as they head through here. Alex Neville looking like he's trying to find any way he can to get past James Hillary now. James keeps himself out of trouble, but this has just allowed Rocket JP to close right up on this pair now. So in the mix for an 8th place position for Rocket JP. Trying to take the different lines through here. A little bit of contact again between Alex and James. Oh, James just keeping it on track through there. Alex has got it wrong on the exit of the chicane though. Run it a little bit too fast, so losing that 9th position to Rocket JP. Rocket JP having to just take slight avoiding action. Lost a bit of time himself to James Hillary, now 2 seconds back. Alex Neville slowing down, not able to keep his pace. It's one of the faster straights as well. So loses that position to Andy Racer and Dank BL as well. Down in 12th now for Alex Neville. Scarwall's up into 13th. He's got himself past A. Reeves. He's now got 15 seconds to try and make up on Alex Neville in front. And A. Reeves now 10 seconds back. So not having the best of nights at all, A. Reeves. Possibly new to Gran Turismo steering wheels, PlayStations, all the rest of it, who knows. So Potomac Pot still leading, just side by side with Spooked again then as they come down towards the final turn. Who's going to win out through Woodcote? Potomac Pot holds that P1 then. Heading down towards the chicane. Fast through there, both cleanly through as well. Big gap developed back to Moleman now, 5 seconds. Moleman just ghosting out, not sure what's happening with Moleman. He won't be winning races like that. Conrad Racing's going to be able to take that place off him. Ghosting just slows your car right down. So Conrad Racing up into 3rd then. Moleman unghosts right now, so back in the fight with Conrad. 12 minutes into this race, I hadn't realised it had gone quite so quick. Cutler into 5th then. Bigsy's closed that gap, 1.1 seconds to Cutler in front, dragging Sobio with him in 7th place, just over half a second between Sobio and Bigsy. And then we've got James Hillary in 8th, big gap back to Alex Neville now, 6.5 seconds. Andy Racer 3.6 seconds back, looks like he's been back off track. Dank BL, oh no, sorry, I was thinking about Dank BL going off track. So Andy Racer in 10th, Dank BL in 11th, big gaps either side. He's got Rocket JP pretty close, less than a second back, so this could end up getting a bit fighty towards the end. 2 minutes remaining on the clock. Scarwall's up into 13th. He has closed that gap down, 4.2 seconds on Rocket JP. But looking at Rocket JP's car, looks like he sent that through the scrapyard and brought it back out to have a race. He's got dents on all sides, I think. Yeah, pretty much. So Scarwall's closing more time down on Rocket JP then. Alex just getting himself back on track. But losing more time now, 14.2 seconds back. So Spooked again's got past Potomac Pot, up into P1. Over half a second gap as well. Potomac Pot's right there with him though. Let's go for a bit of onboard action with Potomac Pot as he looks to try and chase down Spooked again for that P1 position. got a podium. These two got podiums in race 1. Potomac Pot closing in on Spooked again through that turn, and then losing it all again on the exit. So 0.8 of a second between these two at the minute. Conrad Racing now in 3rd. He's got half a second back to Moleman behind. So the top 4, maybe 5 or 6 might get an extra lap in. We have got a minute left on the clock. So Spooked again leads. Potomac Pot's closed that gap down though, half a second between those two. Conrad Racing now 6 seconds back in 3rd position. Moleman half a second back from him. NGR Cutler back up into 5th then, got past Bigsy. So Bigsy in 6th, who's that? Sobio running wide in the background. He needs to get that back on track before the chicane. He's done that, but he's lost an awful lot of time. He's back off track as well and into the wall. So losing all sorts of time. Lucky not to pick up any damage there as well, Sobio. That would have slowed him down a little bit. So just 10 minutes left on the clock. Sobio gets to start another lap. James Hillary gets to start another lap as well. Andy Race is going to be, Alex Neville's going to be the first across the line. So he comes home in 9th. Andy Race in 10th, Dank BL in 11th, Rocket JP 12th. We're going to see Scarwalls come home in 13th. And A. Reeves in 14th. But Potomac Pot then, he's managed to get himself back past Spooked again. I've missed that, apologies people. But Potomac Pot currently holding race lead. 0.7 of a second over Spooked again. So quite comfortable at the minute for Potomac Pot. 1 turn in the chicane to go. Can he keep that gap? It's coming down slowly between Potter and Spooked again. So not running wide through there, just the chicane to go. Keep it clean, Potter. Race win on board for you. There it is. Handbrake from Potomac Pot takes the race win. Spooked again takes P2. Good bit of racing between those two all race. Moleman unfortunately just lost out on the last few laps there, takes home 3rd. Conrad Racing 4th. Bigsy comes home in 5th. Cutler 6th at the end of that. Bigsy managed to get past him before the line there. Sobio in 7th. James Hillary. James Hillary, next week, learn to use that handbrake, all right? Even your mates have told you. Disgusting. Pull it properly next time, not half-arsed. Yeah, good win there for Potomac Pot, battling out with Spooked again pretty much the whole race, trying to fend off Moleman as well. So, race results. Potter taking the win, Spooked again 2nd, Moleman 3rd, Conrad in 4th, Bigsy 5th, Cutler in 6th, Sobio 7th, James Hillary 8th, Alex in 9th, Andy Racer 10th, Dank in 11th, Rocket JP in 12th, Scarwalls 13th, A. Reeves in 14th, and I can't remember who the 15th driver was. How about that? So, that was round 1 of the Mini Challange UK series, hosted by Next Gen, commentated by myself, yours truly, Dark Smoker. We are back next week, same time, 2 different races live from Laguna Seca, so make sure you come and check that out. James Hillary got taken out. Ooh, let's have a quick chat through the look through the chat actually, see what's going on. I've probably missed. Yeah, well held, James. This is great. Thanks everyone. No problem, Archie. Get used to it. Where James goes, we do too. Okay, this is obviously in-house chat. Fans. Okay, so it looks like they've actually set the lobby up already for next week's race. Let's get the guys a bit of practice. Many thanks to Dank BL, Dankan Mini Shop. Okay, whatever that is. Shouts out to them. Dan, are you in a cornfield? Well, there's been a few visits to the cornfield today. This isn't Rallycross again. Great event, no problem, Terry. Glad you enjoyed it. Glenn Copeland, what have you posted that you weren't allowed to? Well done, Archie. Shouts to Archie. Brilliant. Thanks, everyone. Got taken out from James. Terry enjoyed it. Everyone seems to have enjoyed it. Brilliant. Yeah, well done, guys. Great race. Everyone love it. Highlight of my week. Thank you. So well done, Sobio. Good race. Love that. Enjoyed the cheers. Thanks, NGR and Dark Smoker. No problem, Archie. No problem. See you again next week. Duco. Yeah, nice race by Potter McPot there. When's the next race? Well, it depends. Depends what you want to watch, Catherine. So, Sunday, I myself do 2 more streams. There's BMWs at 7:30, or the GR3s, which is like your Mercedes and BMW and Audis and things like that. Big race cars at 9 o'clock. Other than that, same time next week, Tuesday, 8:30, back for round 2 of the minis. Come and check them out. And that's pretty much going to be the end of the stream. So I hope you do like what you've watched. Thank you, Gail. Appreciated. Rocket JP's Ma. There you go. Shout out to the commentator. Thank you, Ben. Appreciated, mate. Thanks, Dark Smoker. Spell it right, please, Samantha. It's spelt slightly differently to that. That's why a lot of people can't find me. So, yes, Sunday night, 7:30, we've got the BMW Track Tour series. Really good series that is. Makes some epic racing. Come and check that out. Straight after that at 9 o'clock, we've got the GR3s from the P1 boys. And then other than that, back same time next week, 8:30 for round 2 of the minis, which they have just set up this lobby for at Laguna Seca. So come and check that out. I am pretty much going to leave this stream now. So I hope you like what you're watching. Give it a like, give it a subscribe. Tell your mates, tell your mum. My name's Dark Smoker. I'm out of here.